All right, good morning, seventh grade. All right, today we've got a new assignment. I'm going to break this up in a couple of days, so please stay on top of it. Today is going to be really simple. We have got plan book. All right, so hopefully you watched the video that I posted last night. And again, hopefully it was good and informational, because the videos that I make, like today, like I'm making right now, are meant to help you out and guide you through it. So it's pretty hand-holding to get you through these assignments. And if you follow the directions, it's really easy and does not take very long at all. Okay, so we have worksheet 46 to do today. So if you go to FlossWeb and go to, let's open the PowerPoint first. All right, so I'm just going to go through these questions with you. What is the relationship between latitude and climate? Well, we've kind of already determined that the closer you get to the equator, generally the warmer the climate is, and the further away you get from the equator, the colder the climate is. Reason for that difference in climate? Well, latitude. And we talked about that with the rotation of the Earth, along with the revolution of the sun. And what was the difference between the West Coast cities and the Great Plains cities? Well, we knew that the West Coast cities had a general similarity in climate all throughout the year. A little bit warmer in the summer, a little bit cooler in the wintertime, but not as drastic as the Great Plains cities. So the temperature ranges were much different. It was a much larger range in the Great Plains cities than it was in the West Coast cities. So what might cause the difference in temperature range between the West Coast and the Great Plains cities? And that is what we are going to look at for the focus question. So how does ocean affect the climate on the land? So today we are going to look at just 46 only, climate factors and ocean distance A. So then there's going to be a map, which I'll get to here in a second, which is the US map with Western cities, and we'll go to that here shortly. And then we are going to look at Alaska, Northern California, and Southern California, their climates over a 30-year span. So that's all we're going to look at today. So if you go to your notebooks, we're looking at worksheet number 46, and which is this one right here. Okay, let's go to the resource book online, which you log into FlossWeb. Username, password still the same. If you didn't remember that, go to the YouTube video from last week and check that out. So we are looking at page 126 and 127. Here is the global map of the two Alaska cities, the two Northern California cities, and Southern California cities. So we have Bethel and Homer, Alaska. We have San Francisco and Modesto, California, and then San Diego and El Centro, California. So the interesting thing to note about these cities are one of them being very close to the ocean. So their distance is basically zero. And then you have three cities that are further away from the ocean. So what we're looking at is average temperature and annual precipitation of cities that are right on the ocean and cities that are further away. All right, so each of these pages here on out have your climate over 30 years. So they have Alaska climate over 30 years. You have Homer, Alaska, gives some information about it. And we have Bethel, Alaska. So this one is right on the ocean. Bethel is about 75 miles away from the ocean. So that's where you have your comparative difference. And you have your chart here that shows the blue is annual precipitation, and the red line, the bell curve, shows average temperature for each month. Okay, so what you are going to do is you are going to look at that information and look at Homer, Alaska, Bethel, Alaska, and they already give you your distances from the ocean, and you are going to fill in your annual precipitation and temperature range. Well, annual precipitation is very simple for these. It gives you the annual precipitation right here. So you just write that number in for annual precipitation. For the temperature range, you're gonna have to do a little math on that. So what you're doing in this one, you are looking at your coldest month and your warmest month. So here we've got -5 degrees, looks to be the coldest month in January, and we have a tie of 12.2. They're the same. Okay, so what you would do is you would take 12.2, your highest number, minus your lowest number, -5. So 12.2 minus -5, okay, we take away negative. So when you take away negative, the number is going to go up, and it goes up 5 degrees. So 12.2 minus -5 is 17.2 degrees. So I just gave you one of your 5 or one of your 6 answers. So write that in your notebook for Homer, Alaska. Average temperature would be 17.2 degrees. If for some reason you don't have the worksheet, that's fine. These are fillable PDFs. So when you download this, let's see, we are on Homer, Alaska. So the annual precipitation was 64.6. So in here, 64.6. And the temperature range we said was 17.2 degrees. Okay, so if you don't have that, fill it out on the PDF and make sure you save it. And again, all you're doing is you're filling in those blocks here for Alaska, Northern California, or Northern California down here, Southern California is here. And so 127 is the Alaska climate. 128 is Southern California climate. Let me go ahead and back out of here. And you have Northern California here. So very easy, just fill in that chart, and I will have more information for you tomorrow. So I hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Miss you guys.